Sinners is the #1 movie in America for the second weekend in a row, and I have to tell you, it is nothing more than a piece of black victimhood propaganda. And I have to break this down for you because that's not to say that I didn't enjoy it. First of all, why is Sinners black victimhood propaganda? First of all, you have to think about how Hollywood relates to black people, and you have to think about how black people relate to Hollywood. The only way that black people in this country can get a piece of serious cinema, can get drama, can get anything that is serious, is there has to be an element of black victimhood underlying it. It has to be either set during slavery, it has to be set during Jim Crow, it has to be in the post kind of like Jim Crow South, which is where Sinners is set. It has to be one of these things in order to be a serious drama with black Americans, or it has to be a historical piece, like a Martin Luther King biopic or a Harriet Tubman biopic, et cetera, right? Like we've all seen these. So that's the first reason why you have something like Sinners. It checks that black victimhood propaganda box because it is set in the post Jim Crow South. Now, you have to understand as well that the movie's final scene, spoiler alert, ends with Michael B. Jordan's character assassinating about 15 Ku Klux Klan members right before he dies. This is meant to tell the audience that not only is he a victim of these evil white people, but he went out fighting, and he killed them before he ended up dying himself, right? So that is the underlying message of this movie. But this is the thing. I have dual consciousness when it comes to Hollywood and when it comes to things that I consume that comes from this system, because I know what this system is. So in the dual consciousness of watching this and knowing that it's black victimhood propaganda, because that is all that Hollywood gives black people, I actually enjoyed the movie. I thought it was very well shot. I thought it was very well acted. I thought that the direction was incredible. I thought that there was a lot of very interesting ideas in this movie. I understand why it's a hit. I understand why people are seeing this. And the final point that I will make is that this movie is now crossing over and becoming a mainstream blockbuster. This means that there are more than black people going to see this movie right now. And this movie will appeal to black people and white people for the same reason, because they cannot take a drama or anything that has dramatic elements with black people without there being some kind of underlying victimhood messaging about this. So the perpetual black victims are going to love this, and the guilty white liberals who can see black people as nothing other than victims, they're going to love this as well. So this is a movie that is going to bring all of America together. It's going to bring the black people that only want to see themselves as victims together, and it's going to bring the white people that only see black people as victims together. That's why this movie is a hit. That's why it's going to continue to be a hit. It doesn't help that it is actually quite good. But like I said, you have to have the dual consciousness to be able to see that it is just another piece of black victimhood propaganda from Hollywood.